Hello and welcome to Meet Our Makers, an artist interview podcast produced in association with Beats Per Minute. I'm your host, Jeremy J. Facette. On this episode, we get to meet singer-songwriter José González. Speaking to me from his home in Sweden, a couple days before the release of his newest record, 2021's Local Valley, José and I discuss quite a bit about this new record, including some of the themes that went into it, some of the sonic risks he was taking, and how sounds from various parts of the world ended up influencing it. We talk also about these ideas, these ideologies that he ascribes to, called secular humanism and effective altruism, and how those found their way into the record as well. We talk about using his trilingual abilities on this album, how being a father has shaped some of the record, as well as some of his famous covers, and his work with the eclectic neoclassical group String Theory. Now, my apologies, this episode was recorded, as I said, a couple days before the release of Local Valley. Time got away from me, as it did many of us this year. But here it is, last day of the year, my chat with the incredible José González. So thank you for listening, and please enjoy. This is me meeting José González.
It's been a week of preparations for the tour, trying to earn karma points at home before I leave, and doing interviews and releasing the album on Friday. So yeah, excited.
Yeah, we should mention the new album, your fourth solo record.
Yep,
I believe.
Yep.
Local Valley is out on this Friday, September 17th, via Mute. How long has it been ready?
So I wrote most of the songs that were ready in March 2020, around the time the pandemic hit. In my mind, that was the album. I was determined that those were going to be the songs. I hung out with my manager and label guys, and they were like, "Oh, maybe you could continue working a bit." and of course, there was no rush to release an album. Then we decided to do it later. So I kept on working on the same songs during a couple of months, and so late 2020 was the last mastering.
Okay.
Time.
So it's been ready for a little while.
Yeah.
How does it feel for it to finally be coming out?
It feels great. I mean, I've been releasing songs one by one, and I feel like the reactions are good. In a way, I'm already pretty confident with the album in terms of what I like. So I'm happy and it's fun to go out on tour with new music. I'm very used to playing old songs, but once in a while it's good to refresh the repertoire.
Yeah, and you've played some shows this year, haven't you?
Yeah, I started pretty early. In my mind, a bit too early, but it was always following the guidelines for each country. But Spain was super excited with El Invento, the first song on the album, and they invited me over to do a couple of shows, and that felt very special. Going to an airport where it's empty, coming from Sweden where face masks wasn't you weren't obliged to have them, but in Spain, where we're used to having the other way around, where Sweden is stiff and rigid, and Spain is the more relaxed. It was really the other way around. They were very strict, and so yeah, the experiences from this pandemic have been so varied and weird, and the first shows were interesting in many ways, but of course mainly a relief to be able to see people again and to come together with music.
Yeah, I know so many musicians are still a little hesitant to play, even here. But it must be. Yeah, it is understandable, but it must be great to be able to just kind of see people and play music again.
Yeah. So I mentioned I felt like that was a bit too early in Spain, but now I feel like I've experienced shows where it feels just right. It's people are vaccinated, people have to show negative tests or antibodies, and so I've been to two festivals without restrictions as long as people do that, and from experience from tests, they've shown that the virus doesn't spread as much when you do that, and that feels great to be able to enjoy music and hugging
Mm.
without you know uh, making people die.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So it's good that you'll be able to kind of get out there a little more. Are you doing a European tour first?
First US with
Oh, okay.
Rufus Wainwright,
Oh,
and then
that's a great billing.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. So him on piano and me on guitar.
Oh, you're playing
Uh,
together?
no,
Oh,
we
okay,
haven't
okay.
talked about no, but just the setup of the evening is gonna be
Right.
simple.
Yeah.
Um, and then I have a Europe tour in November, December.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what restrictions were still in place for people traveling into the US to play. I wasn't sure what was going on with that. So that's good that you get to
Yeah,
come.
yeah, we got the artist visa that was hard to
Hmm.
get, but we got it, and yeah, of course we have to be vaccinated, and also we have to do PCR tests right before we fly. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well, that's fun. I'm glad that
yeah,
you're going to get
yeah,
to do it. That's nice.
yeah.
So many good records came out, during the pandemic and they
Mm,
couldn't be toured. So it's kind of nice that
mm,
yours is coming out now and you can kind of start getting back out there.
mm.
So yeah, let's talk about Local Valley a bit. As you said, it's your fourth record. It has been a little bit since your last solo record, 5 or 6 years, I think, since
Yeah,
Vestiges and Gloss came out.
yeah.
So what was on your mind when you were writing and recording this one? And what were some things that you were kind of trying to touch on with this record?
Um, so at first I was aiming at doing similar songs as I used to when I started writing, or similar as my first album. So one guitar, uh, short songs, aiming for strong melodies. But yeah, once I had half the album in that style, I felt like I wanted to mix it up and put on the producer's hat and ask myself like, how can I make this album a bit more interesting for the people with ADHD? Or but also like what do I want to play live? What do I want to what type of artist do I want to be? So
Hmm.
that's when I started to experiment a bit more and sort of allow myself to show my inspirations from different styles. So I added the drum machines on a couple of songs. I used the looping and looping both the vocals and the guitar. And then when I started mixing, I wanted to push the songs in different directions. So having big church reverbs on one song and dry songs on the others.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, it's been a journey, and I think it sort of works. I know that there's always going to be someone who doesn't like me doing Caribbean style music.
Yeah, but it still sounds like a Jose Gonzalez song.
Exactly. That was my what I know that as soon as I put my vocals on it, it's like yeah, it's I can't escape my sound, and that glues the album together. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to ask about the rhythm and the rhythm section that you kind of incorporate here and there throughout the record because there is sort of a more percussive element to a lot of the tracks and sort of a more rhythmic or like almost like a groove kind of going on in a lot of the tracks.
Mm.
So I was wondering if that was like an intentional move towards that sound. And it sounds like it was.
Yeah, it was. Maybe not at first, but I did feel like I was thinking about my live shows and how uh, with the later albums I've been playing what I call the riff songs, where it's riff oriented guitar playing in the style of the music from Mali, the Sahel
Mhm.
Desert, and I'm using a stomp box, and some of the songs, depending on the PA, I'm able to play really loud, and one in 20 shows, people get excited and start dancing, and so I wanted to yeah to have more songs that people can move to. So
Yeah.
and but I still had the ambition to be able to play most songs on my own without a band or an orchestra, and so it felt natural to use the drum machine, which is one of the things that I've been enjoying when I'm bored, when I travel, to just pick up the phone or the iPad and program for a couple of minutes, and yeah, it's a sound that I like,
Hmm.
the old drum machines, and you just press play and it sounds great.
Yeah, and it lends it sort of a like an out of time quality, kind of like back in the past, but also sort of futuristic at the same time, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm thinking how raga from Jamaica in the 80s, or these awesome tapes from Africa, like there are many times like Hailo Merga was using drum machine with his organ.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a common feature for both old and new music.
What about lyrically? What were you kind of going through or trying to communicate here this time around?
Yeah, I mean, like always, I'm writing song by song at first, but once I have a collection of songs, I'm sort of adding songs to try to um, sort of make things more interesting, or sort of apologizing for other songs if I'm feeling too hard. So yeah, the I think the red, what is that, red thread
Mm.
throughout the album is humanism. It's my secular humanism, the world view that I enjoy and try to push on people sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to ask a
And
little bit about that and the effective altruism as well, kind of how those
yeah,
fit
yeah,
into your, your music, but also just your daily life as well, like how you live your life.
sure. I mean, if I think about my three uh, Twitter hashtags, it's secular humanism, and effective altruism, and eco-modernism. And I
Mm.
think of those three, what stands out on the album is mainly the humanist view, the view of our um, we are biological creatures that happen to be smarter than many other animals, but we're still apes, and we have our lives that we know that we have, and we don't know that much about anything before or after. So this is the life that we need to focus on to try to make it flourish as good as possible for ourselves and for everyone else. So that's the main view. But effective altruism, that's something that I've been following for a long time, and been inspired by it to give part of my earnings to effective charities. But apart from that, there's a lot of research going on within the effective altruism community about existential threats and catastrophic risks. And that was one of the inspirations for the song Visions, where I'm thinking about these topics when I ask basically humanity to try to come up with, to try to envision a future where we all can flourish, even
Hmm.
non-human sentient beings.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting. I
and
had never heard that term before. That's why I wanted to ask more about it.
sure. I mean,
It's interesting.
there's really good sites online for anyone who wants to know more, and it's basically like it's partly a community, like a group of people that meet up once a year or twice a year uh, and talk about these topics. But it's also like people who try to do research about which how to get the what do you say, best bang for the buck. The like if you want to spend $1,000 on improving someone's life, like how do you do it? And
Yeah.
then people research the different charities and come up with lists. Um, um, and then the part that I mentioned earlier, the part of trying to figure out how does the future, how good can the future be? How can we avoid stumbling as we release new technologies, biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and so on.
Yeah, I mean, it seems especially timely as of late with all the warnings we get about, coming catastrophic events and how we're running out of time. So it seems like a pretty appropriate thing to be thinking about.
Yeah, it is. It is a good framework for thinking about these topics, and the good thing is you don't have to do the research yourself if you're curious. So you can just listen to all these smart guys and girls.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned before that Spain was pleased with, or people of Spain were, generally kind of pleased with the first single from the record, El Invento. But that's, I'm guessing, largely because it was your first released song in Spanish. This album, Local Valley, has a few songs in Spanish and Swedish. Am I correct in saying it's the first time you've had either of those languages on your albums?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What brought you to that decision, this time, 4 albums in, to start kind of using all 3 of your languages, unless there's more I don't know about?
Yeah, I tried writing in both Spanish and Swedish on the 3rd album, but got stuck and let it go. So a bit of laziness, a bit of feeling more comfortable with English because of habit, I guess. But this time around, I tried and it worked. So I can only speculate why. And I think me becoming a dad is one of the reasons why Spanish worked better. I loosened up a bit by speaking Spanish with my daughter when she was born in 17. And I guess the same with Swedish. Like not by becoming a dad, I've been forced to be creative every day. You're forced to do stuff when you have limited time. There's also a sense of not caring as much about how you're perceived. So there's less of a inner critic. So many reasons, and anyway, I'm really happy that I finally did this, because it felt awkward actually to release album after album without using more languages.
Yeah, and is English your 3rd language?
Yeah, it is. It is my 3rd, but it's maybe if I sit down and try to write down all the words I know in 3 languages, Spanish is gonna be like the one that I'm fluent in, but has the most limited vocabulary.
Okay.
Swedish is my main language, so I'm very fluent and know almost all the words. but English is special because I read so much in English, so all the academic words are in English, and when I read books and then I try to mention to friends what I've been reading, and I sometimes stumble and don't find the words, so I'm use some Swinglish.
So you aren't someone who would maybe originally write your songs in Swedish and then make them into English. You would just write in English since your
Yeah,
first album. Yeah.
yeah. Well, on the first album, I think I was going back and forth. I
Okay.
was pretty fluent in English, but sometimes I picked up a Swedish word and translated it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But not anymore. Yeah.
I'm always a little curious about that because there, especially over the past, I don't know, 15 or 20 years, there've been quite a few artists from Sweden and Norway and Finland, but especially Sweden and Norway that kind of come out of the gate in English. And we always understand, like, okay, I feel like they start learning English pretty young. But I always
Mm.
kind of wonder if that's just because maybe there's like a pressure to like a commercial pressure to do that, or is it just because that's more
Mm.
natural? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. We learn English really early. We watch movies in English. I mean, if you compare European countries in
Hmm.
Spain and France and Germany, I don't know now, but when I was younger, they they dubbed everything. So
Mm.
so it was like Simpsons in Spanish, Simpsons in French and German. Crazy in my mind, because in Sweden, I mean, it was like that when with kids stuff, but
Hmm.
not with Clint Eastwood or. So yeah, I think that's been one thing. So the Nordic countries are very good at speaking English. We travel a lot, so we there's a huge amount of Swedes in London, New York, LA, um, and then but yeah, I think there is something about trying to reach outside of your borders.
Hmm.
So Swedes, since ABBA, I think there's been a tradition to try to do pop music that reaches the world and not only the Swedish ears. And I
Yeah.
think that's also a cultural thing compared to yeah, Spain or France, where people are a bit more uh, proud with their own culture.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, because we don't get at least over here anyway in US, we don't get a ton of non North American music that's not in English. You know, most
Mm.
of what we get imported is in English, and a lot of that comes from Scandinavia or Iceland.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're right, I can't think of too many, for example, French or Spanish or Italian artists that sing in English, widely known. So
Yeah.
it is kind of
Yeah.
an interesting phenomenon.
But I think times are changing a bit,
Yeah.
and so just so Despacito, you have all the
Oh,
Latin
that's true.
Latin super hits that are
Hmm.
reaching, and then also like watching Netflix, I notice how many new productions are in native languages
Hmm.
with subtitles.
Yeah.
So I think there's something happening there that I find cool. I'm all for pluralistic societies where you can still keep your culture, keep your favorite traditional clothes, but at least expose
Right.
as many as possible to the rest of the world.
Yeah, and I mean, the stories are so varied and so worth telling. So yeah, I'm glad that we're getting more of those now on massive streaming platforms and more
Mm,
airwaves. I think it's a good thing.
yeah, yeah.
One of the Swedish songs is a cover of a song I did not know. But you are like sort of, I don't want to say known for your covers, but people do know that you do covers quite
Yeah,
frequently, especially Heartbeats and Teardrop. I don't, there wasn't a cover on the last album. Is that correct?
correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you select a cover to include on an actual record? And then what brought you to this one?
Yeah. I mean, Heartbeats was me trying to find any song that was interesting, and that song was a super hit in Sweden, and so I was listening to it every day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this amazing song.
Hmm.
With the Massive Attack, it was I did maybe 10 different covers or something, but Massive Attack, the Teardrop was like a live favorite for me. So I had tried it out live, and compared to the other covers, it felt more unique and once again fun that it's a woman that sings it and wrote the lyrics. Um, and then uh, and then I had a break, both with Junip and my third solo, trying to try my own wings and try to write my own classic songs. And then now with this album, I felt like I needed a bit of depth to the album. I needed something personal, and that's when I added "Line of Fire" by Junip, which is a bit more personal type of lyric, and "Stund på jorden," which means a moment on earth. And Lale, she's and I think it's a very poetical song about the about death and about loss, but in a very uplifting way. So her version is very uplifting, both in production and the lyric. I feel I chose to do a version that's more sacral and church-like, and yeah, in a way to give more depth to the album and balance. I have the songs that I see them as pretty ambitious, like a song like Visions. Uh, it doesn't work as well on an album with visions and then drum machines. I needed something to deal with death, at least as a topic.
Yeah, because it seems like thematically, then, because I read the translated lyrics of the cover, and it does seem it fits quite well thematically with sort of this rounded picture of kind of life on Earth and just kind of, as you say, humanism that you were kind of tackling here.
Yeah, the yeah, exactly. Sorry.
The other specific song that's actually I can't quite understand if it's a cover or not, but the closer, Honey Honey, it's like sort of, is it a cover or is it sort of an extension of the song that you did a few years ago with DJ Cozy on his record?
Yeah, it's a combination. I don't know what to call it, but it's I've done that before. Do a collaboration and then do my own version later. So I did that with DJ MB. Time to Send Someone Away. And this time, so the title for the version of on his album is called Music on My Teeth. It's from a sample, and yeah, I tried it out with guitar, and then it became Honey Honey. And once again, I was trying to figure out how to make the album interesting and varied, and it needed something sensual. I feel like that's been lacking on most of my albums.
Is that why you chose to end with it, or was there some other reason?
Well, it felt good at the end, being a very short song, and I recorded it in a lo-fi fashion. So it feels like a demo that you just decide in the very last minute to put on the record because you notice that you have time on an LP, like they did with like Beatles did with the song Her Majesty. So yeah, and also I wanted to end on a lighter note. I didn't want to end on a heavy note with Anton på jorden.
Yeah, and there's also, if I remember correctly, the bird sample.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a natural effect is going on as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the calming sounds of the woods that I put in the beginning of the album and middle and end.
So switching gears a bit, I wanted to talk a bit about your live set. So you said you're about to go on tour. I assume you'll be solo.
Yep.
Right. I know you do that quite often. I happen to have caught your String Theory tour a few years ago. So I was curious, first of all, because I know you and String Theory have been kind of in work together for quite a while. But how did you end up sort of joining forces with them? And then I'm also curious, what excites you the most about kind of reinventing some of your work with these players?
Yeah. So the way we hooked up was they already tried uh, um, collaborations with different artists in Berlin in Germany. Um, and the idea then was to have this orchestra or collective where you just invite different artists playing one song each and doing arrangements for them. Um, and one of the artists that played there was Sebastian Gabel from Gods of Blitz,
Okay.
and he moved to Gothenburg, and he and his wife Barusta Gabel, they decided to do the same in Gothenburg, and that's when she invited me to be one of I guess 10 artists, and they did a version of Cycling Trivialities that in 2008, I think.
Hmm.
And yeah, I liked it so much that it felt right to try to invite them to do more. And so I can't remember the years now, but but we I just basically asked them, do you want to do more arrangements? And here are my songs. Choose whatever you like.
Hmm.
And yeah, they just went to town.
So they came
So
up with these new kind of compositions for your songs. Did you then have to kind of learn the new versions?
sort of, they were they're very musical and very good at arranging without editing my part.
Okay.
So having longer intros. If they do something, they do it in the middle, but not everywhere, and
Hmm.
then outros. So no, it was relatively easy, but the hard part was to play in the tempo of an orchestra, and I mean they could follow me for a bit, but I needed to listen to them. I needed to intonate way more carefully than usual. So I learned a lot by playing with them.
Hmm.
Uh, Pushed myself to uh, to another level.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but yeah.
um,
So I and I really enjoyed the arrangements they did. Most of the time, I was happy. There were a couple of times where I needed to. My taste wasn't the same as them, so we needed to fight it out a bit. uh, but in general, it was amazing to to have the songs and just leave them to them and then come back, sit down and play and have them surrounding me with all these amazing instruments and musicality. And yeah, there were many moments when I got touched and cried actually on stage, and that's very seldom.
yeah, that's kind of beautiful though.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, when I saw you with them in New Haven a few years
Mhm.
back, and I mean, I had never seen you live before. I'd only heard your records, which are pretty spare.
Yeah.
So it was really neat and sort of moving to see them kind of transcend into this like other
Mm.
animal almost, but
Yeah, yeah.
still very much the song, just a little different.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, their ambition was to not disturb my character, my sound, my style, but then just augment
Hmm.
the songs. Uh, so yeah, I'm most of the time I was very happy with what they did, and it was only down the line that we've been struggling with that their version for years, and I think it started to sound good towards the end.
Do you think you'll continue to work together at some point?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that they found other artists to collaborate with, and they yeah, they got nominated for a Grammy.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's their own thing, and it was for a while they felt a bit stuck with me as their only artist. So they need
Well,
to be more eclectic and do more artist stuff and varied stuff. So
yeah. Well, they're all clearly so super talented, so I'm sure they can branch out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what they did, and was so successful with Sekou
Yeah.
Williams.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, good for them.
Yeah,
I hope they just continue to go up. Hopefully you guys meet up again someday.
yeah,
Um,
and it's a collective where the musicians are from all around the world by now.
mhm.
So last time was many musicians from LA.
Yeah, okay. That seems to almost back up some of the themes of this album as well. Just
Yeah, yeah,
interconnectedness, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah,
Where
that's nice.
we inspire each other.
Yeah. So now that the album is about to come out in 2 days, what are you most looking forward to?
Um, um, well, I've been noticing that already when I release the songs and I do interviews, I'm well received. It's like people understand me. There's more to understand, I guess.
Hmm.
Uh, so there's a sense of relief, and
Hmm.
that the relief of uh, being understood.
Hmm.
So I can sit back and relax and enjoy the ride.
How long till the tour starts?
Well, I go out on Saturday, so actually
Oh,
my mind
okay.
is more hooked on the packing and
Yeah.
rehearsing the guitar, and not so much the release, because I mean that's its own process where the
Yeah.
labels need to make sure it's in all the stores that need to be. And
Hmm.
but no, it's really fun. I'm excited, and we took some new press photos just a couple of days ago. Before that, I felt like the only thing missing is a good press photo. But it was a sunny day, and we went out and took some photos, and so now I'm more
It's done.
relaxed. Yeah.
Are you someone who, because you mentioned like that understanding you're getting back from people is really a really nice feeling. Are you someone who, when you're kind of gearing up to release an album, you kind of worry that no one's gonna like it? Because I feel like that would be a fear of mine. Like you've
Well,
been working on this and you kind of just hope that we get it.
yeah, exactly. No, I think no, I'm pretty comfortable and a bit certain that some people will like some songs and not others.
Hmm.
So and I think if I only did an album with drum machines, I would have gotten lots of angry fans. But now I did an album that it's almost like four sides. I was thinking about two LPs where you have
Mm.
three songs on each side with different styles. Um,
Hmm.
and I wasn't expecting everyone to like everything. So no, I'm actually excited to know what people will like and what they won't like, and I can
Yeah.
already tell from some comments online. And I mean, tastes are different, so it's all fine.
I mean, should we be expecting like a synth pop record from you next time?
Synth pop? No, probably not. No,
Probably not.
industrial
Some Nine Inch
noise,
Nails industrial noise.
industrial noise. That's the thing. Yeah,
That would be quite a jump.
yeah.
Um, all right, so I have a few like quick lightning round questions for you
Sure, sure.
to end off on. First one is if you could pick one, what is your favorite one to play live, favorite song to play live? Just in
Um,
general.
yeah. I mean, nowadays I think head on is fun.
Okay. What is a band or a book or film or some kind of media that you came across since the pandemic started that has stuck with you?
I've been mentioning. I went out to the park, and there was a DJ with a little sound system. The clubs were closed, so I walked past, and he was playing amazing songs, and I just stood there and like try to record and see
Oh
what
yeah.
the artists were. And there was one that I've been listening to a lot when I'm out running, and it's Oritse Femi, and
Oh, I don't know what that is.
the song is called Ongba Larami from Nigeria, and it's just
Cool.
a amazing dance track.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sounds like good running material.
yeah, it's perfect. It's
Yeah.
very upbeat and very, yeah, it's great.
And finally, I'm always interested, especially for people who mostly play solo. Are there any songs of yours that you do not remember how to play that you wish you remembered how to play?
Yeah. That so yeah. No, there's many because I've been playing so much live and I've been neglecting many of the songs and
Yeah.
there was part of the pandemic. I was trying to relearn all my old songs.
Hmm.
And as like a ritual to warm up, just try to play old songs. And
Hmm.
Remain from the first album, I can't remember how to play it. I need to, yeah.
I'm always just curious about that, especially because, especially if we go back to Veneer, such a
Mm,
sparse record.
yeah, yeah.
You'd think maybe you could kind of like figure it out, but
But I know I can if I only take the time though. So, but
yeah,
yeah, I did try a couple of times and I got stuck in the same place and I was like, ah.
maybe someday.
Yeah.
Maybe on this, I don't know how many old songs you're going to play in this tour, but maybe along the way, figure it out.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be when I start doing what some artists do to play whole albums,
Mm, that's a challenge in
one per
itself.
night. Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, taste-wise and tuning-wise for me, because
Mm,
when I play live, I try to bunch,
hmm.
but then the songs with the same tuning together, but on the album they're all varied. So
Hmm. So you're setting yourself up for quite a challenge with that, I guess.
well, I guess I just need more guitars.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a way you could do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jose, for talking with me today.
Thank you. It's
Really
a pleasure.
appreciate it. Yeah, the new record comes out on Friday. It will already be out when this is up. So if you haven't listened to it already, go listen to it. It's out on mute. It's called Local Valley. Thank you very much for your time, Jose.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.